Welcome back. In today's video we're going to be talking about the Torres Smock from Paramo. So before we jump into the features of this jacket, the insulation, there's a few things we just need to chat about. The first of which is the weight. There's not a huge amount of information online about the weight of this jacket, so we have measured it here in the studio and it comes out to about 720 grams. So a relatively heavy jacket, but a very warm one at that. The next thing to talk about is the fit of the jacket, because this is quite different to a lot of the other clothing that Paramo does, because this is a unisex product. So it's designed to fit both men and women. That means it's a relatively loose, baggy fitting jacket, because obviously it's designed to fit both a male and female body shape. So just something to consider there when it comes to buying this jacket. You'll see me in this in a few seconds, but I'm wearing a medium here, and I think I potentially could have got away with a small. In most other garments, I would go for a medium every time. The other reason this fit is so baggy and loose is to allow you to put this over the top of multiple layers. Paramo obviously designed this to go over the top of other Paramo garments, in particular some of them more techie waterproof jackets. So the idea is when you stop moving, stop being active and you start to cool down, you can throw this on over the top of your waterproof, over the top of your Paramo, or even over the top of your hard shell if you're using a Gore-Tex item. Be nice and warm while you're stopped, and then you can stuff it right back into your pack once you're finished. This could be useful for alpine climbing, winter climbing as well. So when you're belaying or still at the bottom getting your gear ready, you can have this nice warm layer on, and when it's time to go, you take it off and you're ready to go with your technical waterproof layer ready for your actual climb. So a really nice, interesting design there from Paramo, and definitely designed more as an outer layer than a mid layer. So now that we've spoken about that, let's talk about the fabrics and the insulation. This is using 133 grams per square metre of synthetic insulation, and this is part of the Analogy Insulator range. What that means is going to give you a really good level of weather resistance. So this nice tightly woven fabric plus the insulation is going to give you a really good level of windproofing, and it's also highly water resistant. It's not waterproof, but it comes very, very close, as many of you know, with more traditional Paramo clothing. On the outside of this jacket, we've got a really nice hung fabric, which is relatively densely woven, but it's still very light, just to help try and keep that weight down a little bit more, because we've also got quite a heavy insulation type in there, and some of the other features we're looking at today. Feature-wise, we'll start at the top and we'll make our way down. We've got a fully helmet compatible hood with a really well designed wire peak, so it's going to keep all that weather off of your face. It's a relatively large volume hood, like I said, designed to go over a helmet. So we do have adjustment points both on the front here, using two toggles here and drawstrings down here. A Velcro volume reducer at the back just to help to reduce a little bit of that volume, and then we've also got a toggle on the back to help reduce that even further. So you can still get a really good fit with the hood to make sure it doesn't blow off in any high winds or anything, but it can also be put over the top of a helmet if you wish. Coming onto the front of the jacket, we have got a really nice YKK main zipper. This is a smock design, so obviously the zip doesn't go all the way to the bottom, but what they have done is made sure that zip goes really low on the jacket, so you have a really nice big opening and you can get in there nice and easy. It's not a big faff to get on and off in a hurry. Behind that we have got a small storm flap just to help with any wind that might migrate its way through the zip, but also moisture as well. On the chest we have a nice large chest pocket, easily big enough for an OS map, and then we've got a kangaroo pouch style pocket at the front of the jacket which goes all the way through the middle. A nice place to keep your hands on a cold day if you don't want to be wearing gloves. It's nice and warm in there, but you could store a few things in there. It's worth noting that this isn't a zip pocket, so I wouldn't be keeping anything that's essential to what you're doing in there, just in case it falls out. Coming back up to the top of the jacket, we've got pre-articulated sleeves and shoulders to give us a really good range of movement and make sure that we're not restricting that movement in any way. And then as we come down to the bottom of the cuff, we're just seeing a really nice hook and loop system. Something Paramo always do really well is adding a slightly more rigid tab to the end of their hook and loop system, so it's nice and easy to grab both with and without gloves on. Just makes adjusting the cuff of the jacket on the fly really simple. And then if we come back to the bottom of the garment, we've got a single point adjustment just to adjust the hem of the jacket and get a really nice fit. As we mentioned at the start of the video, this is a unisex garment, which means that it's a slightly baggier fit to make sure it fits both men and women's body types. So it's good to have a point of adjustment just to get a nice secure fit. Like I said at the start of the video, this is a really good option for those of you that are looking for a really good, heavy duty insulated jacket that's going to perform really well in really cold conditions. Because of the weight of it, It's the kind of jacket you're probably going to be wanting to wear throughout your day, so it's something where you wear in very cold conditions, you don't have to keep taking it on and off, and it's certainly not something you necessarily want to be carrying for long periods of time because it is on the heavier end of the spectrum. What it will give you is a really reliable insulated jacket that's very, very water resistant and also wind resistant as well. So that was a quick look at the Páramo Torres Smock. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and like always, if you could like and subscribe, it really helps us out.